Riverbank Lodge Caravan Park is on the banks of the Witbank Dam and offers great water sport opportunities and the fun of braaiing and socializing next to the water. I moved from Dalstroom to Witbank for a month in April 2025. The drive took about 3 hours. It's only about 130 kilometers, but it's a very difficult place to find. When I called up to get directions while on the road, I was given the wrong directions and ended up on a highway going towards Johannesburg that I couldn't get off as there were no off-ramps. This added an extra 60 kilometers and an extra hour to my trip, which didn't make me happy at all. The roads around here are not good. There's a very rough and rutted dirt road that runs down to the park for about 3 kilometers from the main road, which is tarred. The dam is on the Olifants River, and I was there in the rainy season, so the dam was full. I've heard that it's very much emptier in the December holidays when people are launching their boats from beyond the end of the jetties that you can see in the picture. The park was empty for most of the month that I was there, and it had a very dead feel. There were no boats on the dam and no people around, even on the weekends. Fortunately, on the Easter weekend, some campers came and the atmosphere blossomed with kids running around having a good time, boats on the dam, and the smells of meat on the braai in the evening. When I called the park to get some information before I came here, I requested a shady spot. I was told that there was plenty of shade and I could choose a spot that I liked when I arrived. But when I did arrive with my caravan, I was directed to a spot in the sun and told that all the shaded spots were booked for the Easter weekend, and that was all I could have. I wouldn't have come here if I'd known that I'd have to park my car and my caravan in the hot, damaging sun for a month. That was very, very disappointing. The South African rand is devaluing at a frightening rate. No one has money to go to caravan parks and spend 3,000 or 4,000 rand on a weekend anymore. I was lucky to discover crypto a year ago, and that will save my financial situation. When I called up to book in, I was quoted quite a high price, and I offered the lady who answered the telephone 2,700 rand in cash. I knew the parks would be empty at this time of the year. They all are. She accepted my price, and when I arrived, I paid that amount in cash. 2 weeks later, she told me that I had to pay another 300 rand, as the owner wasn't happy with the price that I was paying. That's not very good business management. For an extra 300 rand, they risk getting a very bad reputation. Apart from Ponta de Oro in Mozambique, this is the first time that a caravan park owner has demanded more money from me halfway through my stay than what we had originally agreed upon. I hope it's the last time, but I wouldn't bet on it. The caravan park does not accept monthly caravanners and does not offer pensioners' rates. It is also not pet-friendly, so you can't bring your pets here. I was allowed to stay here with my cat as a trial that the park was doing, but from the sound of it, they don't need the money, and it's more important to them not to damage the grass. The town of Witbank is a coal mining town, and it has that feel. I'd love to be able to tell you that it's a lovely, interesting place, but it's not. It's a dump. Dirty, potholed streets, run-down, dirty shops. The town is very Afrikaans, and I felt that they tolerated English-speaking people, but could do without us. The water that comes out of the tap is very nice tasting, and I was told that it's fresh and clean. Every time I drank a glass of water, though, my stomach began a few hours of gurgling, so I really don't trust what I've been told anymore. The dam water supplies the local town with drinking and agricultural water and has a huge area of water which is perfect for boating. Unfortunately, the black communities upriver don't have any sewage facilities in their homes, and they dump their sewage into the river, which of course flows into the dam. So the water in the dam is dirty. It's not fit to swim in or to use at all. Most of these dams have the same problem, sewage coming into the dams from the surrounding communities upstream. Internet here is okay some of the time and quite poor during peak times. There's a lot of throttling and too many people using the LTE system that is too small to handle the traffic. Vodacom trying to cut spending and supplying an inferior product in this area. I was not able to watch any major sporting event live. It just wouldn't play. There is no internet supplied by the park. The weather was cold and raining most of the time when I was here, except for the last week of my stay when the sun came out. But 60% of the time it poured with rain and everything was slushy. It gets very cold here in winter. So I suppose I have to give this place a rating. The upkeep of Riverbank Lodge is okay. Grass was cut and the toilets were cleaned 60% of the time, which I suppose is good in South Africa. I hate to give things bad ratings, but I'd give the owner a 0 out of 10 for going back on his word and demanding more money halfway through my stay. The weather was cold and rainy most of the time, and a few people were friendly, but most just ignored me, probably because I'm English. The pictures that I've included in this video make the place look very nice. Just understand that it doesn't look like this all the time, but it'll give you an idea of the place. I don't ever intend to pass through Witbank again, and that's probably a good idea after what I've said about the place.